This video will explain the basic startup process for the Vetpump Pro VP50 Infusion pump. Start by pressing the power button for 2 seconds. This will turn the pump on. The pump will now prompt to clear the last treatment settings. Selecting yes will clear all data from the previous infusion. Selecting no will pick up on the previous infusion settings. If no selection is made after 30 seconds, the pump will clear the previous data. Now you will see the home screen where infusion settings can be entered. The current infusion mode can be found at the bottom of the home screen. There are 2 different ways to change the current mode. The easiest way is to touch the bottom of the home screen and choose the preferred mode. The alternative way is to go through the menu, pressing either one of the 2 menu buttons, selecting modes and choosing your preferred mode. Now we will install the infusion line. Start by pulling the handle in the middle towards yourself to open the door. Push up on the grey clamp situated to the right, noticing the arrows also showing the direction of flow. Insert the line into this guide. Using your finger, secure the line into the pressure points. Making sure these are nice and secure. Once the line is secure, close the grey clamp back to the left to clamp the line in place. Now you will close the door firmly, pressing both sides of the door until you hear the click. Depending on what brand of intravenous line you are using, you might need to manually verify the brand and calibrate it. The pump will automatically default to the last brand and calibration that was previously used. If a different brand is being used, simply select different brand in settings. This will pull up all the pre-installed fluid line brands. Now back at the menu, you will enter infusion settings by selecting the appropriate boxes on the touchscreen. Verify your settings once again and finally start the infusion by pressing one of the 2 start buttons. This video will explain the 4 different infusion modes and drug library for the Vet1 Vetpump VP50 Infusion Pump and the Vetflow Pro SP50. I'll be using the Vetpump VP50 Infusion Pump in this video as the 2 pumps have identical software. There are 2 different ways to select your preferred mode. The easiest way is press the bottom on the home screen and select your preferred mode. The second is to select one of the 2 menu buttons and select modes and choose your preferred mode from the list. The first mode is rate mode. In this mode, the user will set the volume to be infused and the flow rate in milliliters per hour. The time required will be automatically calculated. The next mode is time mode. Select the volume to be infused over a certain period of time, automatically calculating the rate. The next mode is body weight mode. You will enter the patient's body weight. Next, enter the concentration. You can select from 11 different units. Mg per mil is probably the most common. Once that is selected, you can select active ingredient volume prescribed in milligrams. Select the volume. The pump will automatically calculate the concentration. Next, press the back button, which goes to the home screen. The next setting is the dose rate. The pump will default to the previous settings. Select no to keep last settings, or press yes if you need to change this. You will notice the pump automatically calculates the flow rate. Now enter the volume to be infused. The next mode is drip mode. Enter the volume to be infused. Then the drip per minute rate, then press start. If you want to use a drug from the drug library, select Home, then select Settings, then select Drug Library. Here you can view commonly used drugs including their concentration, dose range. Select the drug you are using and it will automatically calculate the mode required. You will need to enter body weight. You can also edit the cage number if you move the pump around the clinic to a different cage or kennel. This video will explain the additional features in settings for the Vetpump Pro VP50 Infusion pump and the Vetflow Pro SP50 Syringe pump. These features will allow the user to customize their pump. I'll be using the Vetpump Pro VP Infusion pump in this video as the two pumps have identical software. With the pump not running an infusion and while on the home screen, select either one of the two menu buttons. The first menu item is Modes. In addition to changing the mode from the home screen, you can also have the option to make the change here. Choose from 4 different modes: rate mode, time mode, body weight mode, and drug library mode. The next item is Settings. Here you can view and select the IV brand or syringe brand you are using. Select cage number to change if you're moving it around the hospital. View and edit the drug library. The default password to edit the drug library is 48. You can rename the library titles. Change the KVO rate. Change manual bolus rate. Adjust the air bubble size to one of 7 settings. Adjust the pump idle alert time. This is an audible visual alarm that will alert the user that the pump has been idle for a set time and whether or not they want to continue with the treatment. Adjust the pre-finish alarm. This will alert the user when infusion is almost finished at selected time. You can also turn the micro mode on and off and reset the volume infuse from current infusion. The next menu item is General Settings. Here you can set the date and time, adjust the screen brightness, and adjust the sound level. You can also adjust the screen lock. Screen lock is an additional safety feature to ensure the touch screen is not accidentally touched. If in use, the screen lock is indicated on the screen with a lock symbol. If green, the touch screen is active. If red, it is locked. If the screen is touched, the pump will prompt the user to unlock the screen. The next general setting is night mode. This allows the user to set a time for the pump to automatically change the screen brightness. The battery capacity displayed in the upper right corner can be % left or actual time left. The next menu item is Records. This will allow the user to view up to 5,000 history entries and up to 25 previous therapies. System settings lets the user change to one of the 8 different languages and view the serial number of the infusion pump. One more feature is the standby mode. Access by pressing the power button while not infusing. Select standby. The default standby time is 30 minutes. This means after 30 minutes, the pump will alert the user. If a different standby time is desired, just touch the screen and enter your preferred time. Select cancel to go back to home screen. One common user error when using the Vetpump Pro VP50 is not properly closing the door. Notice the 2 door hooks. This is why it is important to push the door on both sides when closing. Not properly closing the door will cause unwanted alarms and possibly causing the pump to deviate from your set rate. Here's an example of a door not closed properly. Notice how the door is not flush and the door handle is not engaged. If you notice this, open the door and close from both sides of the door using both hands. This video will demonstrate how to stack your VetPro VP50 Infusion pump and your Vetflow Pro syringe pump together. The machines stack on top of each other, keeping in mind this white clip at the back. So we want to stack from back to front, so sliding into the groove, sliding the machine forward, making sure it's all aligned. You will hear a click when it's sit in place. If you wanted to unstack the machines, turn them around and we're going to look at that white clip again. With the white clip, I'm going to push it up and that is going to unclick the machines together, slide back, and then you have removed the infusion pump and the syringe pump from each other.